Hello and welcome to this midday taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol silver rums, and neither one is expensive, but one is much cheaper than the other. This is Castillo silver Puerto Rican rum, Ron de Castillo Isilla, Cantano, Puerto Rico. Now I checked my trademark data. It was introduced in 1914. It's got a map of the Caribbean islands on the label, of powder blue label with darker blue and black and red on the seal, the Castillo Castle rum. Um, Something happened, meaning that now it's part of Bacardi Limited. Okay, so I guess I got bought out. Or maybe it was started by Bacardi all along back in 1914, but I seriously doubt that. But anything's possible. 1 liter bottle. This was $7.99 for the liter. True story. I can still buy this. It's common in Louisiana. In the liter bottles, sometimes you find the 750s and even the big handles, the big plastic handles. Seems to be pretty popular. I see it coming into stores a lot. I see a lot of stores getting deliveries of it. Just, you'd be at the store and the guy's delivering, putting it up on the shelf and all. So yeah, seems to be a popular product. So it's a Bacardi, what you want to call value brand. Some people claim it's better than Bacardi. I don't know about all that, but it's a good product. Here is Calypso. Don't know when it was introduced. Never could find out. It's got like a Mrs. Captain Morgan on the front cover, front label. Don't know why they have that, because the back of the bottle gives a story of Calypso from Greek mythology and the Odyssey and Odysseus and all of this. A British, an English or Irish pirate lady in the Caribbean in the 1600s, not really related to Greek mythology. And she got her leg cocked up, her left leg cocked up, kind of like Captain Morgan. It's pretty obvious what they're doing. They're trying to play off of Captain Morgan, but nobody's buying it. I mean, they're buying the product, they're not buying the playoff. But rum with natural flavors. I did buy this in Houston, Texas, at a place called Ralston Liquors on Lyons Avenue. Big liquor store? Nah, it's a small neighborhood liquor store, but very nice, clean. It's on the corner. Good place to put on the corner between two main streets. Very tidy, very organized, very clean. And the two women running it were and they might be the owners, I don't know, very friendly. So I left out of there with a very positive impression. And this bottle, the reason I bought it was I was searching for rum when I went there. I wasn't at all. But I bought it because it was $5.89 for the bottle. And there's another reason, maybe even more important reason. People had been asking me for years, at least 2 years, you should try Calypso. And I kept getting that same comment. Don't know who the people were. Can't remember, but because I get so many comments, but they were saying, try Calypso, try Calypso. And I said, well, if I see it, I'll buy it. I saw it and I bought the silver and the gold. Didn't buy the spice, didn't buy the 151 proof, can't get everything. Burley Sullivan says, Same to you, Burley. You to you. Okay, who's going to win? Well, I don't know, but I have a feeling it's not going to be Calypso. But then my scoring in this tournament hasn't been that good. 7 wins, 8 losses. So Isle of Fire says, Wayne says Bacardi 151. They used to make, Bacardi, if you look at the Bacardi website, though, they said they no longer make it. They stopped making 151. I don't know why. They said, even on the website, they're like evasive. They're like, well, we decided to stop making it for some reasons. That was their answer, like some reasons. Cheers, back to you. I know my hair is crazy, but I was wearing a hat hair, right? All right, so pour a little, make sure I got my labels right. Yep, pour a little Calypso. Rum with natural flavors, which is allowed, because if you read your regulations, Rum is allowed to have natural flavor added, and they don't have to even disclose that on the label. I mean, I think they should disclose it, but they don't have to. They can just put it in there and don't tell you. Metal cap, aluminum cap. I bought this bottle for $7.99 liter bottle at Discount Depot. Depot on United States Highway 90 business route, westbound in Marrero, Louisiana. They had the silver and the gold, and they were both $7.99, so I bought both. Why not? Heck, I need a little more Calypso in this to even it out. Even so, it's not going to be a lot. You didn't know that. You didn't know. Oh, yeah. You didn't know they discontinued. Yep. It was like 5-6 years ago. But now you might still find a bottle lingering around, however. It's funny, but they discontinued the 151, but they brought in this Bacardi Blackheart spice rum, and then they renamed it Bacardi Spice Rum. They dropped the Blackheart, but they say on the website, oh, it's the same rum. We just renamed it for whatever reason. But I thought the Blackheart was very good. I remember drinking 151 when I was in my 20s, and that rum gave me a buzz that I wasn't anticipating. I had to learn my lesson that day. Yeah, I would be terrified to try 151. I wouldn't do a taste challenge with it. No way, Jose. I mean, I might taste it, but to do a taste challenge and got 2 glasses poured, never. 80 proof, 40%. That's enough for this guy. I'm more of an 80 proof guy anyway. You say you're a lightweight. You can't handle it. You can't handle the alcohol. Okay. Fine. I can't handle it. You're right. You're right. I can't handle it, so I do the lower proof. I'll go along with that. I'm not going to argue with you. And that's probably true. So I don't want to handle it. I don't even like it. I don't like those high proof. I've tried so many high proof whiskeys and rums and everything. Not rums, but whiskeys and other things. And I was like, tasted nasty to me. Now, some of the high test beers, those high alcohol beers. I'm trying to get this camera to focus. Some other guys, I watched them hang out online. They have the same problem with their camera. I mean, they're okay. I've got some in the fridge. I got some 9% alcohol beers, 9%ers. I'm not jumping on them though. They're still in the fridge. I'll drink them sometimes, but to say that I really like to drink them a lot, no, I don't actually. I'm trying to straighten out these cans here. But whatever you want to drink, drink it. If you want to drink all high proof stuff, that's perfectly fine with me. Since I'm not the one drinking it, I didn't know I was getting myself into. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I prefer 80 proof. Might go up to the higher 80s, but that's it for me. Yeah, 86 proof is fine. And I have some bourbons coming up. 86, they're on the way. A guy got me a real good hookup, and he asked me about it yesterday. He's like, "Did you try that small batch yet?" And I was like, "Nah." But then I was thinking to myself privately, I was like, I better try it because he's asking about it. He got a deal for me, and now he's asking how I liked it. So I thought, nah, he didn't have to do that for me. So I'll do that. That'll be the next bourbon, that Evan Williams small batch. I think it's 86 proof, but he got me a real deal, man. $9. The bottle was $9. Of course, with tax, it was close to 10. $9. 89 cents, 87 cents. I just gave him $10. So here's the 10. Of course, I'm not going to ask for 11 cents. What a deal. That product is like $17, $18, $19. $20 even. But I think if you pay $20, you're getting ripped off. I know a place in Metairie, Louisiana, that has the handle for $22.99. $22.99 for a handle of Evan Williams 1783 small batch. But I got the $7.50 for $9. Unreal. 9 plus tax. I paid him tax. So I'm going to do that next because he was looking out for me, and I'm going to look out for him. I know he's wanting to see it. Yeah, nice money, no joke. Okay, here we go. But I can't go to bourbon yet. Now remember, I got to finish this challenge. I'm almost finished. It's Saturday. I'm not really that interested in these basketball teams that I don't know. Now, my teams, yeah, Grambling State. I was watching Grambling State last night, but they lost, because they're not that strong of a team. But they did win their first NCAA game the other day. So they finished with a good record, and but I mean, against Purdue, I said, well, they're not going to beat Purdue. That's not possible. And you can see that Purdue had that real tall man, and he was basically taking the ball out their hand and dunking it. I said, well, they're not going to make it. But so I was interested in them because they're from Louisiana. The LSU women, Louisiana State University girls, the Lady Tigers playing tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central. I'm interested in that. I follow them, but to see all these other teams, I'm like, I'm not sitting there watching all that. But I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it, and I'm definitely going to check every score. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm not going to check every score. I will. I could drive 4 hours and go to my team's college baseball game, but I'm not going to do that. I've been to a football game in Natchitoches, but I've never been to a baseball game. But no, I don't feel like it. I've been driving too much to all these games, driving, spending a lot of money on gasoline. So I say, I'm taking it easy today. I'm resting. Out here, you resting? I'm resting, So, yeah, nice price you meant to say. Well, I knew what you meant. I could see what you meant with dollar sign. All right, here we go. But yeah, I might go look at a little bit of the basketball. Do I have a favorite? No. Well, it would have been Grambling State, but obviously they didn't have a chance. But not any realistic chance. Did I fill out a bracket? No, I never fill out a bracket anymore. I always get it wrong. I never can get it right. I do terrible, so I don't even bother with that. I always do terrible. I don't know enough about these teams. I'm not going to sit there and research all these 60-something teams. I mean, I know generally who's good and who's not. I know that, but they said Kentucky was good, but we're going to see about Purdue, because every year they're supposed to be so good, and then they get knocked out of the tournament. Last year, about the 16th seed. So embarrassing for them. I didn't make a difference to me, but I mean, I didn't care. It didn't make a difference to me, but I just watch these sports. I'm not invested in it. I'm not one of these people that's all like, yeah, and all nervous and everything. I just watch it. So even if it's a team I'm interested in, I just watch it. They lose, I say, well, they lost. And then I go on and do something else. To say I'm worried about it, no. I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about things like Moscow and assembly halls being attacked, the U.S. economy and the budget. I'm worried about important things, and I'm not even worried about those. I'm more interested in those. I follow them more closely. But you get it, No, I mean, okay. Ooh. This one is so dry in the nose, meaning it doesn't seem like it's got any sweetness, just like sharp. And I don't mean sharp bad. I just mean sharp, like clean sharp. I'm not picking up much sugarcane stalk, and I'm not picking up much sugar. I'm picking up some, but I'm not picking up much. Smells fine. I'd buy it. Obviously, I did. All right. This has got like a deeper aroma. There's more depth to it now. But then you see, I got to be careful because this Calypso has been mixing me up. I keep thinking, well, I think this was messing me up. I keep thinking, well, you bought it for $5.89, which is strangely cheap. So in my mind, in my thinking, I'm looking for things subconsciously, you know, like in my subconscious mind. Yes, you say you're a neo-Freudian. No, I'm a paleo-Freudian. I don't know what I am, but you know what I'm saying. Like I think that's influencing me. Like I'm looking for faults, and then they may not be there, and then it's got me um, discombobulated when I don't need to be. It's affecting my thinking. It's affecting the way my outlook on these products. I think it is. I believe it is. Taste cheers. Um, okay. Cheers to you. Cheers back to you. Same old thing. Sugarcane stalks, alcohol ought to be 40%. But some of these things they got no alcohol flavor at all. It's amazing. Some sugar, maybe vanilla. If they added vanilla, it says rum with natural flavors. Now I think that vanilla is probably one of the flavorings, but I could be wrong. But I think it is. Okay, taste over here. 8 days till Easter. Hmm. Yeah, you see, it's got some vanilla too, though. I'm not kidding, but it's very sugar, and there is almost like you're almost getting that charcoal filtration. Let me show y'all the screen share on this. So we go to Bacardi Limited, right? And it says our family of brands, and they claim they're the world family-owned distilling company. And I don't see why they would lie. So you got Bacardi. You know how much they make. See, there's no 151. They talk about it somewhere else on the website. They don't make it anymore. Okay. Great products. You can go to their website, Bacardi. Now they go to the Castillo. No website link because there is none. It's just on this mainframe website. The silver, which I'm doing right now. There's the gold, which I have in the cabinet. Añejo, the age, which I don't have, and the spice, which I do not have. I thought there was a 151, but they don't list it. But they might be. Never had it. Number 5 and number 7, never had it. Single estate, single cane estate rums, never actually heard of it. P-Rot. I have heard of P-Rot, but no, I've never bought it. And I can guarantee you it is not signed a liter. That much we can guarantee. Saint Santa Teresa since 1796. I might have heard of that, but there's a website. And once again, you are not going to find that bottle for $20, okay? But not in reality. Facundo, another one of these that is going to be pricey. Okay, it's going to be pricey, but then you're probably going to be glad you bought it. Flavored rums. Oh, I mean, I see these all the time. These Bacardi flavored rums, dragonberry, mango, coconut, ginger, ready to drink. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. Like literally, I saw that bottle, that can yesterday. The rum punch, or maybe it was a ginger and lemonade. But you know, it's part of that series. I wasn't interested in it. Breezer. Yeah, those are sold in Canada, so they're rum-based coolers, as they call them. Alco Pops, that's Canadian, so no. And there's ready-to-serve rums. Yes, we do get these here in Louisiana. They're in the big glass bottles. The Mojito, Zombie, Hurricane Island Tea, Rum Punch, and Bahama Mama. They're like pre-mixed cocktails. Then the vodka, Grey Goose. Well, who ain't heard of that Grey Goose? Okay, we're not going to go through all of this, but you can see portfolio is quite big. Russian Prince, cheap vodka, which I've never bought, but on the other hand, I've never seen it. Stillhouse, I didn't know they owned Stillhouse until recently. I saw this website about a month ago. I said, look at it. But they didn't start it. I don't think they started it, but they own it. It's American Whiskey Company. They put their whiskey in like gasoline cans. Okay, enough of this. Okay, so potato vodka. I don't know. I can buy potato vodka at Walmart. I don't know if Bacardi makes any. The one I can get at Walmart is called Lucas Scova. Is it good? Probably. Let's see. Tequila Patron, Cazadores. I see those everywhere. Corzo. No, I'm not familiar with Corzo. Camino Real. No, I'm not familiar with it. Dewar's. Who in the world ain't heard of Dewar's? William Lawson's heard of it. Dewar's. William Lawson's again. Single malt Aberfeldy. Yes, of course. Altmore. Craigellachie. I've seen it. And when I saw the price, I kept shopping. Deveron. Royal Brockla, Stillhouse Flavor Whiskey, Irish Whiskey, Teeling. I got a bottle of Teeling. Bombay Sapphire Gin. Bombay Sapphire. Bosford Rosé, Dry Ox Gin. Never heard of it. Martini Asti, Riesling, Prosecco, Brut, Rosé, Sparkling Wines. Oh, yeah, everybody sells Martini. Vermouth. See that everywhere. Noilly Pratt. Vermouth. See that everywhere. Spritz. No, I don't see anything about any potato vodka. Cognac brand. Baron Otard. No, I never heard of Baron Otard, but I see Deuse everywhere. Deuse. Mezcal Illegal. And Kachaka. Sorry, Kachaka. I ain't never heard of that. Oh, man, this goes on and on. Bourbon. Oh, no, we got to get off. We got bourbon. And even beer. Haute beer from Cuban-style beer. Oh, my goodness. All right. Anyway, no, I don't see any potato vodka. Sorry. Lukuskova, yeah. Lukusava. Polish name. Having a small drop of that Lukusava along with a Modelo Especial right now. Oh, okay. I don't know who makes it. I don't. But I see it. I know. I'm sure I'd like it. I've been doing my mix-up with vodka. Y'all been seeing those mix-ups. All right. It's time to get off this. Right. The W like a V. I said Lukuskova. But I didn't say what. Honestly, I ain't really seeing much difference between the two. I'm gonna tell you the truth. The price is similar. $7.99 for a liter. This is at the time of purchase. Now I'm sure it's changed, or it's probably changed. And $5.89 for the 750 milliliter bottle. From Bacardi, from Sazerac, from Puerto Rico, from Kentucky, from sugarcane. With natural flavors added, perhaps with natural flavors, but they don't have to say. Are they really that different? I don't see it. I guess I'd buy whatever's cheaper, which means I'd buy the Calypso. But I do notice a slight difference, though. Honestly, I do detect a little tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny difference here, but it's minimal. Now it's like a little bit more charcoal filtering, like it's a little bit more developed, but a little bit. You insulted him a little bit. You were a little out of order yourself. So I'm gonna say this is the Castillo, but I'm not too confident in that assessment, but that declaration, but I'm gonna say it. I did get it right. So that little tweak, that little slight charcoal filtering tweak did it. So now we're at 8-8. 8 wins, 8 losses. You say that is a bad record. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, it's a bad record. But then on the other hand, in my defense, and I'm not here to try to just defend myself and say, well, there's a reason I got it wrong. But actually, there is a reason I got it wrong. And that is that I think The one, if you look at what I went up against, I had Castillo, and I went up against a lot of products that are very similar. Budget brands, no website, or if there is a website, it's just a list and a product specifications list. No advertising whatsoever. Uh, it's not bottom shelf; it's below the bottom shelf. You know what I mean? It's like really cheap. Um, I mean, they're clearly the value brand of the company. But then on the other hand, I did do some more prominent vodka rums, more prominent ones like the Bacardi and the Castillo and I got Captain Morgan White coming, and that's no cheapo, not expensive. I never said it was expensive, but it's not cheapo. Captain Morgan is not a cheap value price rum. It's a premium price. All right, it's like Budweiser beer or a Jack Daniel's whiskey or Jim Beam bourbon or Crown Royal Canadian blended whiskey or Tanqueray gin or Courvoisier cognac. It's a premium price. It's the premium price. And so you would assume, you probably would too, that it wouldn't be that close of a challenge. But these can be tricky. Can be tricky. Now, would I recommend both of these? Yeah, well, I would recommend both of these definitely. Now, what's coming up after these? Well, as you know, once we finish rum, we go into tequila. This is going to be gold tequila. I did the silver last time. This is gold, and it's going to be a very exciting one. And you probably know what's coming based on the last tequila I had in the challenges. I think this is a tequila that could shock many people, but many people would never try it because of the name. They see the name, they're like, I'm not trying that trash, that garbage. And I'll be like, do you understand what tequila I'm talking about? Yeah, I drank that when I was 15. I got so sick and blah blah blah. I was like, no, and I would be like, no, you drank one, but it's not the one I've got. It's got a similar name. It's from the same people, but you didn't drink that and get sick, okay? Because that's not the one you thinking of. And I think they would be like reluctant to try it just based on a name. And the same thing happened with Budweiser. They put out the Budweiser American Ale. People wouldn't buy it. Why? Because it's Budweiser. I ain't drinking that garbage. I was like, you tried Budweiser American Ale? Well, no. Oh, so you hate it based on the fact that you never bought it and tried it. Okay, that's fair. And they had the Budweiser Reserve, and they had the Budweiser Jim Beam. Remember that one? It was aged in Jim Beam, or they put pieces of the Jim Beam barrel in the Budweiser beer and let it soak for a while. It was really good. But then that was right when the scamdemic started, so that all got thrown out the window. But it was the same thing. I'm not trying that. That's trash. That's Budweiser. That's garbage. And I was like, but you never tried it. And I hate Jim Beam. It's no good. And it's like, okay, well, all right. That's good that you're not trying it. But they're basing it on nothing. It's like you're basing it on the fact that you never tried it. Like you could try it, then you could make an assessment. See, that's an interesting way of approaching it. You could try the product, then evaluate it instead of evaluating it before you tried it. But maybe I'm confused or something. All right, anyway. So then after that, I got tequila and then rum. Not rum, what am I saying? Tequila, then mezcal. Now the mezcal, well, I don't know anything about this mezcal, but it looks like it's going to be a yum yum. Of course, it's the same as the other mezcals I've got. They're all the same thing. If you look at any of their websites, it's artisan. These small farmers in Mexico work dawn to dusk with mezcal, handcrafted with hand tools. And there's a donkey crushing the mezcal, and it's oh so mom and pop. although it may be owned by Diageo. But anyway, it might be a great. All the ones I have are good, except for that one. Oh, yikes! But and then once we finish with mezcal, then we're gonna make a U-turn, whoop, and go back to rye whiskey. And I've got some exciting rye whiskey. Oh, wish I could start it today, but I can't. I gotta wait. But it's gonna be pretty neato, right? Yep, you're right. It's pronounced like soya, soya. Thanks. Okay, you're welcome. So, well, that brings us to the end of another exciting taste challenge. Everything's exciting. The whole channel's exciting. It's full of excitement, and I'm unanimous in that. And Castillo, if you see it, and chances are you will see it if you ever go to a liquor store in your life, I would buy it. I really would, especially when it's $7.99 a liter. Calypso. You might find it. It's one of those products that you may see around, but there's a pretty decent chance that you're probably not going to see it. But you might. You might. Would I buy it? I mean, I wouldn't make an effort to buy it, but if I saw it again, like I'm saying, like if I'm in your shoes, like if I'm just somebody watching this channel and I go to a liquor store and it's $5.89 a 750 milliliter. Well, let's say, okay, it's been 2 years since I bought it. You say, well, what? Well, almost 2 years in May. You say, what if it's because I think I bought it May 14th, 2022. You say, well, what if it's $6.89 a bottle? Yeah, I'd still buy it. Now I wouldn't go real high, I would stay low on my price allowance because these cheapo rums, they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, even with the JB inflation. So you don't want to go out there and start spending all kind of money. And I have not, and I did not, and if you look at what my backstock, I will not because I got enough clear rums. I got enough silver rums to last me till I'm getting until I'm retired. I'm in assisted living. I mean, I'm not even kidding about that. So you say, well, we're gonna go. We're gonna come visit you. You can come visit, and then you're gonna see. You say, you still got more rums? I said, you. I was on a spending spree. I was on a spending spree in 2022. It had me it was the scamdemic. It had me full of anxiety. But the real reason is that I just found a bunch of cheap stuff. Okay, last comments. Um, True experience can help to lessen some people's tendencies to judge it as if they know the reality. Okay, start over. True experience can help to lessen some people's tendencies to judge as if they know the reality around them without actually experiencing the reality. Oh, right. You actually experience the thing first, then you evaluate the experience. The world of the living is the world of experience. Craig Swinson says, hope you're having a good weekend, Ron. I am. The weather's beautiful, Craig. It's going to get up into the 70s. Olive Fire says that's deep, huh? Yes. Well, now Olive Fire has brought us into the world of Kierkegaard. But I'm not that high hat. I'm more like you say, what's your philosophy? What's your philosophy? My philosophy is more like MD 2020 passion fruit, dragon fruit. It's the truth, but honestly, I want to get that MD 2020 spiked. Apparently, it's an MD 2020 spiked iced tea. You know what? I might go ride over there right now and go see if they got it. Snowing, 7 inches so far. Thank you, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, folks. I'm a warm weather guy. Louisiana's too cold for me. Um, um, I am the founder and president of the Global Warming Initiative. You say, what's that? Oh, we're trying to promote global warming. We're trying to make it more of a reality. But anyway, anyhow, y'all take care, and we'll be back for um, Calypso versus Captain Morgan White. Now, I don't think Calypso's got a snow cone's chance in that place of winning, because I don't think Calypso can stand up to Captain Morgan White, introduced in 2014. But there was an older Captain Morgan White. Don't get confused. Captain Morgan was making a white rum a long time ago, but something happened and it went out of production, and then they brought it back in 2014 like it's something new. I mean, it was new at the time, but they had made it before. Okay, so I don't know. It's probably it probably has something to do with um, Seagram's going downhill. Seagram's was the world's biggest liquor company, and it's amazing to track the history of that company. They were like the world's biggest, most powerful liquor company in 1980. I mean, nobody could touch them. They were like taking no prisoners. They would just like raking in the money, and then they'd start. But then by 1984, you start seeing things slip, and I mean slip bad. They shut down General Wine and Spirits, fired all the vice presidents. Oh, I'm sorry, laid them off, but let them go. And that was a really bad sign. And then 5 years later, they sold off a huge part of their portfolio to the Sazerac company. Why? They just did. And then 2 years later, another huge chunk of their portfolio they sold to the Jim Beam company. Another very strange thing to do. And 9 years later, they were out of business. They began to sell all their properties, like literally all their distilleries, all their trademarks, all their brand recipes, to anybody who wanted to bid on it. It was amazing. And by 2001, Seagram's was gone. Sold their ginger ale to Coca-Cola, sold their gins, and they have a venerable gin. That's Seagram's gin is like a very old brand. It's not like some Johnny Come Lately to Pernod Ricard. It was an unbelievable collapse, and I think as that refrigerator. I think Captain Morgan, the fact that they got rid of their white rum, their silver rum, and whenever that was, because I looked at an advertisement from like 1978. It was a prominent ad. I think that was related to them starting to collapse, because there's no way you're a major rum company, right? You're a major rum company, like one of the premier rum companies in the world, and you're not going to make a silver or white rum. There is no way that's going to happen unless something is wrong, and I mean seriously wrong. That's telling you something is not right. Whether you're right, whether you like silver or white rum, you say I don't like clear rum. Well, whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. There's a problem if you're not making that, and you're one of the big rum companies, I think. Okay, so Jean Pierre says doing errands, drinking Steel Reserve now. So Stanley, Steel Reserve. Oh yes, I can get a lot of that. Getting an oil change, good idea. Frustrated with the beer scene. Yeah, well, everybody, Jean Pierre, don't feel bad. Everybody's frustrated with the beer scene. It's dreary and depressing. A lot of double IPAs. They're hazy, they're candy like, and they're gross, and they're not enjoyable. All right, Gold Ring and the Pig Stout Porter. What? What? Olive Fire says probably better off to have some design of gold set in silver whiskey. Uh, okay. Well, he was drinking earlier. So anyway, that's it. So thank you, and we'll be back with Captain Morgan Silver. I'm sorry, Captain Morgan White, the new and improved Captain Morgan White from Diageo after the very desultory destruction of the original Captain Morgan Silver. And I hope that Captain Morgan White will win, but now I'm standing at 8-8, so I'm even. 8 wins. Well, that's 5, but I don't have 8 fingers here. 8-8, 8 wins, 8 losses, and that will put me over the top and give me a winner record. 8 wins, 8 losses. Thank you. Ah ha ha ha. Cheers. Yes, it's all fun and games, folks. All fun and games, even when it's not.